It's time for Declare Your Independence with Ernest Hancock.
Believe me when I say we have a difficult time ahead of us. But if we are to be prepared for it, we must first shed our fear of it. I stand here without fear because I remember that I am here not because of the path that lies before me, but because of the path that lies behind me. I remember that for 100 years we have fought these machines. And after a century of war, I remember that which matters most. We are still here! Tonight, let us make them remember we are not afraid!
No fear here on Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock, each and every day here on the LRN.FM network. What I'm going to do this hour is I wanted to make sure, hopefully we don't have a... we're having an audio problem. We're going to have to call in the engineers. You know, one thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to make sure that we understood what the future is going to be of Freedom's Phoenix. First thing is getting where mics work. Now, what we're going to do is I wanted to walk you through what we've done in the past and how we've been able to use the internet to communicate. I'm going to go ahead. Hand me the other mic. Is it this one? Give me a second. Test 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think that's better. Might be my brand new gazillion-dollar mic sucks. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's probably better. All right. Yeah, my $60 drum mic works better. What we're going to go ahead and do is go over the Freedom's Phoenix and how it was intended to be used, how we eventually started to use it, and what's next. If you go to Freedom's Phoenix, what I'm going to go ahead and do is bring, for those on video, look at the screen, and you'll see that Freedom's Phoenix, and this design will change a little bit. And, of course, the top ad up there now, Atlas Shrugged in theaters. Well, you can go ahead and click on that banner ad and find out where it's going to be in your area. And, of course, we got to come here in Phoenix, so we're going to have us some fun. We got posters, too. The studio sent me posters because we were doing a lot of stuff. What happened, I got them on my birthday party day Saturday, and I showed them to some of the guys, gave some out to some people that, promised to put them in interesting places. But some of them are just Atlas Shrugged in theaters, April 15th, 2011 kind of logo thing. And some of them are just big John, who is John Galt posters. What I'm going to do to get some of these original posters here in Phoenix is, in promotion of the film, you can show me in non-vandalistic ways. Don't go spray painting on, walls and so on. But if you can get a good Who is John Galt out in the middle of on a, laser projecting, building, doing video kind of, boom, you're getting free posters. Might even give you a ticket to go with us on a Friday night. So these are the kind of things that we're able to do and promote, and when you have a little bit of influence by being able to get the word out, they'll give you a little bit of deference. But our original intent was to be able to chronicle the information as we perceived it. When we, as libertarians, freedom-oriented individuals, make a video or a movie like V for Vendetta or Braveheart or something like that, and certainly when we watch them, we see different things. We can see the manipulation for something bad against something good, or rarely the other way around. It's a mindset that we have, and there are tools available to the individual, but they're increasingly becoming more available to more minds. You don't have to be wealthy. You don't have to be super uber intelligent. You don't have to have exorbitant amounts of time and desire and motivation. I give you an example. Steven Spielberg makes a lot, very high-budget movies. Well, he started off at 8mm as a kid doing a whole bunch of stuff. He has, the passion for it. He had the time. He probably had supportive parents. He probably had a couple of dollars. Buying cameras back then wasn't, free. So, you have all these little things come together to where you can take someone that's inspired that will be able to communicate. They can do it. What happens when, as we always asked ourselves the question as young activists in the early 90s, man, if we could just make a film documentary, if we could print, just do printing in large quantities of this fact, this brochure, these business cards for a low price, if we could have our own radio show, if we had a place where we could make signs, and it's not 120 degrees, if we could make our own T-shirts, if we could, what would we do? We did, and we showed it. It was called the Lovolution. But that was project number, I don't know, in the dozens, that we'd already done years before and built up to that, and we've done many since then. Wallet voting is just one of them. The Haria Phoenix, Freedom's Phoenix in Arabic, and all of the language translations we've done of Freedom's Phoenix. We have a Freedom's Phoenix Arabic version of Freedom's Phoenix. Special editions, we call them. We have Arabic Twitters and Facebooks. But my biggest growth over the last month has been from Arabia. It's amazing. We had 20-30% increase in traffic, and it's all from the Middle East. There's somebody eyeballing us. I'll bet you a bunch of them are some government agencies. So it's just, look, man, we're just reprinting what's here. In the Washington Post and USA Today on, Prison Planet or whatever. It's not like it's a secret. It's just a perspective by putting it in an aggregation, which is why you have Google punishing news aggregators. Now, we have a lot of original content also. So this is what we're going to do. We have created tutorials. If you go underneath the main logo on the top left of Freedom's Phoenix, it says Special Features and Tutorials. There are 3 of them. Introduction, The Power to Change the World, Be a Reporter, and Freedom's Phoenix Editor Tutorial. Now, those 3 show you how to use the site, but they're at least a year and a half old. There is so much stuff that's been added since then. I didn't want to do another tutorial until we had finished the development that we were doing so that we could do a new tutorial and make sure that it was clear so you could understand what we were doing now. I didn't want to have to keep doing it every month because we were changing so fast. As you look at the way we're having this access to the rest of the planet right now will be the way it's free. This is all free. The new stuff that we're adding is going to be by subscription. Now, we're still coming up with how much it's going to cost and whatever, but what we're leaning towards is $5 a month or $50 a year, something like that. Now, we may do the original people that come on to the new services that we're going to provide. We'll go ahead and give them like 2 years. You sign up for 1 year, get 2 years, because I know we're going to need some beta testing as we develop this. If you go to today's Freedom's Phoenix, Declare Your Independence on Freedom's Phoenix, today's radio show, you'll see a video, a YouTube on Wired Magazine that's going to iPad. Now, we've been talking about this for a long time. Let me tell you how this came about. When we first started Freedom's Phoenix back in 2005, my daughter was probably, she's like 14, 15 about then, my youngest, Sierra. She's interested in doing layout for magazines, fashion, that kind of thing. My sister-in-law, my wife's younger brother's wife, worked for Newsweek, then she worked for Martha Stewart. Now she's online web editor for Food Inc., which has a lot of do-it-yourself stuff on TV, and it's a very big undertaking. She makes the big bucks in New York City. Her husband, my brother-in-law, is an economist at Moody's. Interesting. So Sierra has had interest in doing what we're doing next. We have the capability, we have the authors, we have the notoriety, and we have the market. We're going to go to e-magazines with original content from the best of Freedom's Phoenix and a summary of the week. And I'm going to tell you how we're going to do it when we come back. You stay right there.